Hello and welcome back to the channel. Divorce. It's a word that carries so much weight, doesn't it? It represents an ending, a huge change, and often a deep sense of grief. But if you're a parent, the hardest part isn't what happens in the courtroom or who gets what in the settlement. The hardest part is sitting down with your kids. Those little faces that mean everything to you, and saying the words that will change their world forever. And if you're anything like most parents, you've probably been lying awake at night thinking, how do I tell them? How do I explain this without breaking their hearts? How do I protect them when I feel so broken myself? First, let me say this. You're not alone. Parents all over the world have faced this same moment. It's heartbreaking, it's terrifying, and it's something none of us are ever truly prepared for. But here's the good news. While you can't make this conversation pain-free, you can make it loving. You can make it honest. You can make it one of those moments where your children feel held, safe, and reassured. Even in the middle of such a storm. And that's what we're going to do together today. I'm going to walk you step by step through exactly how to tell your kids about divorce in a way that is gentle, thoughtful, and healing. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan, real examples of what to say, and practical strategies that will help you show up for your children in the most loving way possible. Step 1. Prepare yourself first. Before you even think about sitting down with your children, you need to prepare yourself. I cannot stress this enough. Your kids will not just hear your words, they will feel your energy. If you are angry, bitter, or panicked, they will carry that weight too. Children are emotional sponges. So here's what I recommend. Sit down and write out what you want to say. Don't just wing it. Practice it with a trusted friend, therapist, or even in front of a mirror. If possible, work with your co-parent to align on what you'll share. Let me give you an example. Imagine one parent blurts out, "We're splitting up because your father can't keep promises." That's raw and emotional, but it puts kids in the middle. Now imagine instead, both parents calmly saying, "We've decided not to live together anymore. It's a hard decision, but it's not your fault. And we both love you." Same situation. Completely different impact. So the very first step is grounding yourself. Take the time you need to cry, to rage, to write, to breathe. Because when you show up steady, your children feel safe. Step 2. Choose the right time and place. Next, timing and setting. This might sound small, but it matters so much. Don't do it on the fly. Don't announce it in the car on the way to school. Don't slip it in right before bedtime when emotions are already fragile. Instead, choose a quiet time when the family is together and not in a rush. Maybe a Saturday afternoon when you don't have to run off anywhere. And pick a safe, familiar place. Your living room. The kitchen table. Somewhere your kids already feel comfortable and secure. Think of it this way. The world is about to feel shaky for them. The least you can do is choose a moment and a setting that feels steady. Step 3. Use age-appropriate language. Children process things differently depending on their age, so the words you choose really matter. For young children under 8, keep it simple. They don't need all the details. You might say, "Mommy and Daddy won't be living together anymore. But we both love you, and that will never, ever change." For preteens, you can explain a bit more. They're starting to understand relationships, and they notice tension. Something like, "We haven't been happy living together, and we believe this is the best choice. But this is not because of you. It's not your fault." For teenagers, you can be more straightforward, but avoid oversharing. They don't need adult-level drama. You could say, "We've had problems we haven't been able to fix, and this is the healthiest decision for our family. We love you, and you will always have both of us." Here's the golden rule. Be truthful, but don't give them the burden of adult details. They don't need to know who cheated, who filed first, or who spent too much money. That's not their job to carry. Step 4. Present a united front. If possible, deliver the news together. I know, sometimes that feels impossible. The last thing you may want is to sit beside your ex. But this isn't about the two of you. This is about your children. When you sit together, you show them. We may not be a couple anymore, but we are still both your parents. And when it comes to you, we are on the same team. That sense of unity is deeply reassuring. It prevents kids from feeling like they have to choose sides, or like one parent is the good guy, and the other is the bad guy. Even if you can't agree on much right now, try to agree on this: that your children deserve a message of love and stability. Step 5. Be honest but reassuring. Honesty matters, but so does tone. Kids know when something's wrong. If you try to sugarcoat it, they'll feel confused and mistrustful. But honesty must be paired with reassurance. For example, "We aren't happy living together anymore, but our love for you has not changed. We will always be your parents, and that will never go away." Here's what not to do. Don't blame. Don't say, "Your mum decided to leave us," or "Your dad ruined everything." That puts the weight of adult problems on a child's shoulders. And I promise you, they will carry that weight silently, often for years. Step 6. Answer their questions gently. Once you break the news, questions will come. Some right away, some later that night, and some weeks down the road. The big ones are usually, "Where will I live? Will I still see both of you? Do you still love each other? Is this my fault?" Answer as clearly as you can, but don't make promises you can't keep. If you don't know the details yet, say, "We're still figuring that out." But what we do know is that you will be safe, loved, and cared for. It's okay not to have all the answers. What matters most is that your kids feel your love, your steadiness, and your commitment to them. Step 7. Reassure them it's not their fault. I can't stress this enough. Children often think divorce is their fault. They'll replay fights in their heads. Maybe if I hadn't acted out, they wouldn't be splitting up. You must stop that thought before it grows. Look your children in the eye and say, "This is not your fault. There's nothing you did or didn't do that caused this." And don't just say it once. Say it again and again and again, because guilt lingers, and your reassurance will need to be stronger than that guilt. Step 8. Give them permission to feel. Your children may cry. They may shout. They may shut down completely. And all of that is normal. The worst thing you can do is shut down their emotions. Don't say, "Don't cry," or "You'll be fine." Instead, say, "I see you're sad. That's okay. I feel sad too." Or, "I hear your anger. It's okay to feel that way." Validating emotions doesn't mean you're encouraging negative behavior. It means you're teaching your children that their feelings are safe and that you'll be there no matter what. When you give them permission to feel, you give them permission to heal. Step 9. Keep routines as stable as possible. Divorce shakes up so many things. But here's one of the best gifts you can give your kids: stability. Keep as many routines the same as possible. If bedtime has always been 8:30, keep it 8:30. If you do pancakes on Saturday morning, keep doing pancakes. If Friday nights are movie night, hold on to that. Those small consistencies become anchors. They remind your children, yes, life is changing, but not everything is changing. And that sense of stability can help them adjust far more than you might think. Step 10. Keep the conversation open. This isn't a one-time talk. This is the first of many conversations. Let your children know. You can always come to me with your questions. You can always share your feelings. I will always listen. Sometimes kids won't ask right away. Sometimes they'll circle back weeks later with a random question while you're driving or making dinner. Be ready. Be open. Your willingness to keep talking over and over will show them that they're never alone in this. So, here's the truth. Telling your kids about divorce will never be easy. There's no perfect script, no magic words that make it painless. But if you prepare yourself, if you speak with honesty, if you offer reassurance and love, you give your children the best possible chance to feel safe, to feel supported, and to come through this stronger. Divorce changes the structure of a family, but it does not end love. It does not mean your children are broken. With your care, with your presence, and with your commitment, they can grow, they can heal, and they can thrive. If this video has helped you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this guidance. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the hardest part of this conversation for you? Remember, The end of a marriage is not the end of love. It's the beginning of a new chapter, and your children can walk through it with hope, as long as they know you are walking with them.